Look how bright it is outside, and you can still see perfectly fine. Super bright projector, as you can see. How's it going? Right in front of me, this is the Horizon S Max for max performance, max entertainment, and 4K. And to prolong it even longer, it is IMAX enhanced. It has Dolby Vision, triple laser, dual light 2.0, Harman Kardon built-in speakers with 3100 ISO lumens for brightness, Bluetooth 5.1. And obviously, without really having to be said, it has Wi-Fi. It is 135-degree vertically adjustable, and it is 360 degrees adjustable. You can even hang and buy your own projector mounts. And honestly, since I've been testing a lot of projectors over the last 8 years, I've really gone to really understanding them with all the autofocus, intelligent obstacle avoidance, the fancy intelligent screen alignments. Projectors have really gone a long way, especially in the fan noise where they are so quiet you can hardly ever hear them or even notice them at all with high brightness. You might be familiar with Android TV, which you got the Google Play apps. It's a busy interface, but obviously it works so well. A lot of TVs out there use it. And just to remind you, the Horizon S Max is tiny. And what I mean tiny is that it's so compact that you can really set this anywhere or mount it. And it's not gonna look bulky or out of place. It really has a nice design to it. I also like that the important stuff like the lens and sensors on the front are actually protected without the need to clean very often. There's a lot of light coming in. It's just natural lighting. Turn it on and you will see here that it has that cool little drop. 1 p.m. and you can see perfectly fine. Super bright projector, as you can see. Speakers are perfectly loud. You can watch movies without putting your Bluetooth, but I do have it hooked up here to my tri-bit speakers. Click on this little sun button looking thing, and when you click it, you get the options to do the keystone corrections, auto keystone correction, and more image corrections. A lot of settings that you can actually tweak under the Google settings and whatever XGIMI has under it. But just me sitting down here, listen to the fan. For how bright this thing is, and that's the loudest the fan gets, you can't even hear it when you're watching movies. So as I proved, this is a really bright projector, even in the middle of the day. So only imagine at nighttime of how bright this thing is going to be. The fact that I don't have reflections here from all the windows open is awesome. You get so used to projectors that you almost don't want to go back. You might be looking at like little lines and purple or pink look to it, but it does not look like that at all in your own eyes. I bought 75-inch screens, 85, and I've returned them, and I just kept going back to projectors, and this is just a way that just looks more cinematic, but it is kind of in the way here, meaning if you like to set your stuff on here, you are kind of getting some space used here in your setup. But man, the trade-off for being able to have a huge picture without heavy duty plugs and mounts that you have to put on here, it's definitely more worth having something like this, because you can shrink this out to even smaller. If you don't want it to be 100-inch, go smaller. If you want it to be even bigger, you'll be able to have nearly the whole entire wall. Even though I'm praising of how bright this is and you can see it in the middle of the day with all this windows and light coming in, still looks good, but it's not gonna be as bright as a normal TV that, light just emits from the display. You're just gonna have to take my word and see how bright this thing looks like at nighttime. Anything you can do with your TV, you can literally do with the projector. It has an operating system. You plug in through HDMI. Like for an example, this Google TV by Homematics. So if you have gaming consoles, streaming devices, even your hard drives, treat these projectors as if you have a monitor or a TV. I have my PC here hooked up to the projector, And this is what it looks like. The date. Okay, I'm going to move the projector all the way to this side, and you will see way off center, but look at the light. Now watch what the light's gonna do. Let it do its thing right there. Now, the light bleed is a much bigger, obvious angle. It's more apparent in the video recording than it is actually to our eyes. But look at this. I am dead center, and it is completely focused perfectly here. Look at those. And look where it's at. It's right in the corner. So you could have a full sofa layout here. Look, projector's not even seen anywhere other than on this side over here. That's a pretty good little feature there to keep things out of the way if you have more seats or you don't want to walk in front of it. That's where it's at. There's my seat. Perfect. Now, a 100-inch screen is pretty immersive. You can go even bigger, obviously. Just imagine paying for a TV that is 100 inches. How much does that cost already? And the fact that you have to do all the heavy mounting and then to move it around, you can just have that size right there. As always, the best ideal place to have a projector is in a dark room. You're obviously gonna lose some detail when you have a lot of brightness around you. But if you're like me and you only watch TV at nighttime. And one downside I can find on this projector is that it is not Netflix certified. Since the first time I reviewed their projector, the H2, 5 years ago, Netflix doesn't support their system. There's some ways that you could get it to work, but if you're a Netflix subscriber, you're gonna have to look for another way to play it. All right, and there you guys have it. This is my setup right here. Gaming, movie theater, everything all in one, just inside of this box. Yes, projectors are expensive nowadays, but you get to make a big picture like this. So there you guys have it. If you want it for yourself, you already know what to do. Find it all in the description down below. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Later.